All right, we are live. Hello, guys.
We're back.
Welcome to a lunch power hour with me and Kristen. We're
That's
here.
right. Grab your food. Whatever time it is where you are,
I
grab your
quickly
food.
ate mine before we started. Everybody's still talking about the new
The banner.
the new banner, which I love. Joe did a great job.
It's lovely.
It's so cute. So today, I know our schedule's a little off, but thanks for joining us. So we are talking manga today. But before we talk manga, where do you all buy your manga?
I don't know where you all bought your manga, but you should be buying it. At InStockTrades.com, our great sponsor. That is, in fact, where I got some books we're going to discuss today. A pretty Rose of Versailles.
And that is where my Rose of Versailles is coming from,
Yeah.
but it has not arrived yet. There was one book in my order that ended up being out of stock, and it kind of delayed the rest of my order, and that was the one that Rose of Versailles was on. So it'll be here next week sometime.
Yeah, and we will pop back in and talk more about it, but you can still get this on In Stock Trade, so you should. It is quite pretty, and here's my quick review. I really enjoyed this. It's from the 70s. I didn't know if I would, but it was really great, and I'm excited for the other two. I think there's only two other volumes.
Yeah, there's two other either out or coming. I know that Omar did do a view. I don't know if you guys can hear my cat, but she's losing her mind. So she's not in here. I'm glad that you liked it because I've watched some of the anime. And I do have that, pachinko machine. Mm-hmm. And it's always been hailed as this classic. And I was like, well, I don't know. Yeah, right, because it's older. I don't know. Am I going to like it? Am I not? It's such a toss-up. But
Well,
I'm really
especially
excited.
for me. Well, hold on. Just go to InStockTrades.com.
Oh, yeah, sorry. You can get
You guys-
50% off your books.
Yeah.
If you spend at least $50, you get free shipping in the U.S. And you can always upgrade that shipping for $4, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
And great packaging, and I always forget to mention, but the Amidog mentioned yesterday a loyalty discount. You can, as long as you make another purchase within 7 or 8 days or whatever of your last one, you get extra 2% loyalty discount, which is why I always split up my orders.
Yeah,
I make the
every
first
time.
$50 order, and then I make the big order.
Yeah, yep. That's how you got to do it.
And Jess has said word on the street is we're getting a code soon, but I haven't seen it, so
it may be
hold my
coming. But hey. Right now, they already have great deals, so there's that. But going back into Rose of Versailles, what was going to get me was this one. I hate this cover, right? So I'm not used to the old shoujo art.
Oh,
the big eyes, and I kind of like how Oscar looks here, but I hate those big stupid eyes, right? And that's constant throughout this whole thing. And I don't think I got used to it, but I started to laugh every time it happened. So that was a joy in itself, right? like every single time a woman was in view, there's Oscar with shiny eyes, right?
Yeah.
Every time, just shiny sparkle eyes. And I'm like, no eyes look like that. So I don't know that I got over that, but I definitely got used to the art. And I really enjoyed it. So we'll talk more in depth when you've read it, but these nice hardcovers, this is all raised and embossed and it's shiny.
I'm so excited.
They're beautiful. So I'm going to get all these for sure.
Have you ever read Utena? Have we ever talked about that?
No, but I kind of want that box set. It's real pretty.
It might be a good idea to do a kind of double review of that and Utena because
You're going to make me buy the box set? Fine.
I mean, if you buy the box set, I'll buy the box set.
Let's do it.
Because I'd love to compare the two because it's very obvious that Utena is inspired by Rose of Versailles, if just by looking at it alone, as far as the styles that they've chosen in the outfits. And also just because Rose of Versailles was one of those pioneers as far as a lesbian relationship, right? Whether it's explicit or not. And having that sort of female archetype. This and Osamu's other work that was the woman who dresses as a prince. I never remember what the title is.
Oh, yeah.
But that's also hailed as breaking that the typical gender representation. Because that and there's that and then there's Utena, and that's just kind of the line that it goes through. I'd love to compare those two. Because Utena's mine, awesome. That's what I grew up with. Kids today, they've got Steven Universe.
Yeah,
I had
totally.
Utena and Sailor Moon.
And now that I've read this, and I know that I can enjoy the story, even if I don't necessarily love the art, enough where I'm excited for the rest. At the end, I was like, well, no, wait, what happens? So Yeah, I would definitely read more stuff like this that I really wasn't sure if I would enjoy. And it's so silly and over the top, but like that's part of the times too, right? Like that's just how it was.
Drew, he's here. Hayden's in the comments. And he will also be here at the end of the month for Buffy because he's gotten his camera in so he can join us.
Season 12.
Steven, stop it. Steven, no.
Steven, get this though. Steven,
don't listen to Kristen.
Don't get it. I'm sorry, don't get it. I'm bad. Don't get it.
Don't do it. I mean, I'm gonna buy the box set, but you should buy the box set, Steven. You have enough. Read your books.
I've thrown that box out of my cart a few times. Just after you talking about it, I've never pulled the trigger. I don't know. Should we look now? Should we buy it on air?
Damn it, Steven.
Steven, how much is it? It's in your cart.
Steven, just wait till the Omnibus code comes out. It's not gonna. It's fine. It won't sell out. I'm looking at it right now.
Okay.
Just real quick. Don't worry about it, you guys. Just
don't worry about it. It's part of the show. We buy things.
I would say 35.
Yeah, and they're big. I think they're oversized, right? They're pretty oversized.
I don't know how they look. Does anyone have a video on it?
I think I've seen a video. I don't know who did it.
Because I want to know, like, as far as, like, what exactly is in that 2-volume collector's set, you know?
Yeah.
But I did see someone buy it on Otaku's Farm, which is an offset of the Omnibus Collectors group for people in the chat. Steven, don't join the Omnibus Collectors group. It'll ruin you.
Oh, Steven won't have any money.
You might save money, though. You might save money.
Well.
Sometimes. But the poster in it was very nice, too.
I've seen some video
book shopping.
I think they're oversized hardcovers.
Gio, do you have
bigger than this? Yeah, Gio, do you know?
Gio, can you go do the work for us and go look and see if that's oversized or not?
we can't watch videos while making a video, but we would.
I would if I could.
Yeah. I like
if we had a Twitch channel, that's what I would do. It would just be us just chatting with
we do this anyway. We're like, feel like everything's raised. It's very shiny and nice.
Welcome to my book ASMR channel.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a long story to say that I don't have it yet, so we can't even really talk about it.
And I really liked it, so we will talk about it another time. But I do recommend getting it, guys, especially if you like either that art style, like I was. And it was like, no, but the story's good.
So do we want to talk No Longer Human or Spy Family next?
Let's do Spy Family.
Okay.
Because I think we're going to have more to say about the other one.
So I read Spy Family on Viz. So I don't have a physical.
Me too.
I don't know about you. Okay.
Yeah.
Because I know we were going to say we reviewed the first volume or whatever. I just kept reading for a while. I don't know where I stopped.
I kept doing that, and then I was like, I got to stop because what if I accidentally spoil stuff? I don't know.
Yeah. So I think I stopped after there's like a little like special. It's like 8.5, chapter 8.5 or something. So like she's already in school and stuff. And it was like a weekend trip to the aquarium.
Okay.
Did you get that far?
I think I got that far, and then I stopped. Maybe we stopped around the same part.
So, guys, Spy Family. Already, I'm hooked.
Me too.
I'm hooked. I hope there's an anime. I hope the manga continues forever. I think it's wonderful. It reminded me of Sweetness and Lightning, but there's spies and fighting. So, basically, you have this spy. It's almost kind of like Mr. and Mrs. Smith in a way. And he's a guy. He's accomplished spy. You know, he's well known within his agency, and he's given a task to go after this one individual. But this individual is like a president of the school, and the only way to get close to him is if you are involved in the school, because that's the only people he talks to. And they're like, okay, well, you're gonna do this, but you have to get a wife and you have to get a kid, and you have like a week or 2 weeks or something. And he's like, what? Okay. Fine,
How?
let's figure this out. Yeah, and so he goes to the local orphanage, and Steven, just get the app. It's like $3 a month.
Yeah, it's
Trust
actually $2 a month, Steven. You need to definitely get the Shonen Jump
Here's my
app.
recommendation for that. When it comes to manga that's on Shonen Jump, in order to save money and make sure that you actually like the thing first, you're still legally supporting it. Read it online. This interface is great.
You also get the chapters right when they come out in Japan, so you get everything really early because volumes take a long time to come here.
It's so good.
Yeah, Steven, get the app.
So yeah,
that's what they will tell you by.
So he goes to the orphanage and he picks up this girl. Basically, he goes there. He's like, I need a kid that's 6,
Yeah, that
should've
was
said
so
picked up.
unrealistic, though. Let's talk about that. Like,
Well, yeah, it does not work that
we just
way.
have to suspend your reality for this whole thing.
Yeah,
because
think of
that's
it like
not how it works.
Annie. It's like Annie. That's
There
how
we
easy it
go.
is to get an orphan.
Yeah.
But he goes there. He's like, I need a kid that's 6, and that can read and write. And the guy's like, this girl's creepy as hell. You can have her. And we learn that she can read minds, and so that's how she impresses him. He does not know that though. Nobody knows about anybody else, which is why it's fun.
Yeah.
So like, she knows. Well, he knows. She knows he's a spy because she reads minds, but he has no idea. So they end up spending time together. She's immediately in love with him because she wants a good family. So she's doing whatever she can to like make sure that he still likes her, like Annie. I was getting Annie in high school, you guys.
This book is Annie.
And they meet the mother eventually, to be the wife, who is an assassin, and she needs to have a cover-up boyfriend, so people at work stop bothering her, and so her little brother is okay with her. And so they end up kind of getting together, and it's adorable because they all just really, they're all crazy in their own way, but they really start to really fall in love with each other as a family and defend each other. And I eat that shit up.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
I wasn't expecting it to be that funny, but yeah, it was really funny. The kid she's wonderful.
Oh,
she really she drives the whole thing home, and she's the one who, like you said, knows all the secrets.
Yeah.
Which is a really fun element too, because she's just a kid.
Ooh, like the moment at the tailor shop where they meet the woman.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because she can hear the dad saying, "Well, this is a girl, the perfect candidate for a wife," and she hears the girl being like, "Oh well, I want to talk to this guy. He's a kid. He's probably married. He would be good for the boyfriend role." And so she starts freaking out. She's like, "My mother! I'm so sad. I don't have a mom." And making this big spiel so that way they'll talk. It's so cute.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what else we could say about it, because I agree with all of that. It is super fun. It's delightful. It is something that I read before No Longer Human, and I wish I had read after.
I read it after.
It's a nice cleanser, right? After you read something dark and horrible, you could pop in or pop open the Shonen Jump app. I mean, and there's tons of it on there.
Yes, I'm going to check right now. There are currently 29.1 chapters of it on the Shonen Jump app, which I seriously recommend you get.
I think that's about
an
3 volumes.
Deal. And the interface works great because it's just like it was on like illegal manga sites, because you can just read it with like your arrow keys, which I like. It makes it very smooth and easy.
Yeah, and I read mine on my iPad, and it's like perfect. Just like the whole page just fits perfectly, and it works really well. And yeah, if you like other manga, I mean, there's tons on there. Promise Neverland I read on there, and I love One Punch Man. You know, the popular ones that everybody likes.
It's the best way to like kind of dip your toes in and see what you like, because, you know, manga are quick reads to me, and it's still an expensive hobby, because you're looking at like $10 a volume if you're not going in stock trades, right?
Well, and it takes up a lot of room, and a lot of people complain about that. So, like, if there's something that you don't adore, like, I'm never going to get rid of my Monster volumes, right? I'm like, I'm going to keep those forever. But there's tons on Shonen Jump that, like, I've read and loved, but I'll never want to own because I just don't care, right?
Well, it's a huge investment.
Yeah.
I love One Piece. Man, it's hard. That's hard to collect. But yeah, there's a ton of good stuff on there. I know Gio has mentioned Chainsaw Man, which I'm now going to read because he recommended it. Dr. Stone is fantastic.
Oh, yeah. I've been wanting to read that.
You would like it. Yeah, My Hero Academy, Blue Exorcist, Boruto. Please read One Piece, all of you guys. So you can talk to me about it. And you'll never run out of One Piece. There's like 984 chapters.
I mean, that's worth it alone, right? You don't want to buy all those.
Oh my gosh. Tyler Blount.
Oh, hi, Tyler.
BFF.
Oh, I love Tyler.
Tyler's good people.
Friends forever.
We need, what if, you know, most channels, they have, like, YouTube shows, right? Oh, not YouTube shows. We have a YouTube show. I'm losing my mind. Like, t-shirts. What if we just made friendship bracelets? There's fangirl friendship bracelets.
We'll send those to all of our regulars. Hayden, Freddie, you guys are going to get one.
Tyler, I agree. So I didn't read One Piece until I caught up. But I watched all of it, and I absolutely loved it. You know, versus like my husband, he read all of One Piece, partly to flirt with me. It worked.
Nice.
But I cried all throughout One Piece, and still watching it is such a profound experience for me.
I'm gonna do it one day. It's just so much that I know I need to have the right moment, right? And I know I'm waiting too long, right? Because what if there isn't one?
Maybe that's a good, like, and I keep saying this as if we're going to finally be able to hang out, but it's just the world's against it, right?
Yeah.
Because that, like, a slumber party weekend where we just have our PJs and watch anime the whole weekend, that would work. We could do it then.
Yeah.
Because I know where to get you. I know what's going to get you.
You're going to give me you're not going to start me at the beginning, right?
No.
Yeah.
No.
That's my problem. I can't get over that in my head.
It didn't work for me either. I could watch it now, probably, but I'll introduce you to the whale, Laboon.
Okay.
I have cried so many tears about a fucking whale. He doesn't talk. It's not like Chopper. Mm-hmm. It'll get you.
Okay. I'm in.
So yeah, Spy Family, you guys. It's really good.
Yeah, it's really great. You should read it. Get it on the Shonen Jump app. It's the best way. If you really want, there's only one volume out in the US right now. You can buy it. You can get it on InStockTrades.com for pretty cheap. But if you want to read more than that, Shonen Jump, the app is fantastic.
And it does feel like, even though they have, it almost feels more like a shoujo-ish type of like plot, which I think I really liked about it. Because I've definitely read that kind of plot in shoujo mangas before.
There's like fluffy elements and then the action stuff too. It's like a nice combination.
It's a wonderful mix, and there's so much else that's like heavy in the world. You all know. We're all here.
We're going to talk about one of those things.
It just was so nice to read it. It was just light and fun. And I needed it today.
It's total joy. Yeah. It's one of those happy books that we all need right now.
So thank you for adding it to the list today, Kristen.
Oh yeah, totally. I'm excited we did it.
What wasn't a great pick me up. Now,
guys,
let me just say before we start.
Oh, here we go.
I have said constantly that everything Junji Ito does is golden and perfect. And he's amazing. And I love that, unlike other Japanese horror artists and writers, there's never that element of like sexual horror or just like perverseness or whatever. Which, you know, I don't mind that in a lot of things. We both like Kurosawa Corpse Delivery Service. I like a lot of horror manga and movies. I mean, grotesque, weird stuff. Not that I'm into it, you guys, but I appreciate the horror genre. And so, Steven says, oh, here we go. I would like to preface this, everyone, that Steven is new to manga, okay?
Oh, Steven.
And I also thank you, Steven, for getting this for me for my birthday.
That's
I
lovely.
still appreciate it, and I'm still keeping this, regardless.
Me too, but I'm mad about it.
This was Steven's first Junji Ito book he read. And I
what
feel
a mistake.
So sad about it. Because I told Steven everything I just told you guys. I was like, no, you can't go wrong. Trust me. Junji Ito is the man. And then I read this. Now, this is not a Junji Ito original story. And you've read another version of this, right, before even reading this?
Yeah, so this is an adaptation of the wildly popular, often called a masterpiece in Japan, novel, No Longer Human, which was adapted into a manga. I forget who exactly did it, but Vertical released it years ago. And there were 3 volumes of that, and I read those, and I despised them. I hated every minute of it. And I was like, oh, but if anyone can change my mind about the story, it's Junji Ito. But I was wrong. I must just hate this story. And I truly do not understand people calling it a masterpiece. I'm going to say that right now. If anybody in the chat has read it and wants to tell me why you think it's so good, I'd love to know. But I hated every minute of this. And I will say hated. I do not hate a lot of books. This gave me nothing but pain. And not in a good, profound way. I don't think there was anything to learn from this. I really don't. That's what I have to say.
It was just...
The art was pretty. As always, the art is pretty. Junji Ito does fantastic work.
Oh, yeah, of course.
You know, we know his art's great. And
we can't even flip and show you a lot of this book because a lot of it is really so explicit.
Like, what can I show you here? Yeah, and I will. Let's do the trigger warnings, right? There's tons of explicit sexual assault depicted.
Both. And I mean to him, like the main character as a child.
As a child, so there's unfortunate child, and so it's no, I didn't enjoy anything in this, none of it. And I'm sure the point was not to enjoy it, but at the same time, it's a work of fiction. Someone should, and I know there's a lot of people who love this, but it's not me. It's not me.
I wonder if I can't guarantee that I would feel different if this was not by him, but I think it hurt more because it was, or like I was more disappointed because I was like, oh man, really?
Yeah.
But it was just a lot. And like, so the premise for you guys at home, like, you have this main character who it's always going to put on this like facade, this like funny facade. He wants people to like him, but he doesn't want people to respect him, I guess. He doesn't want to have to be like on that same level as this like father who's like this really respectable gentleman or whatever.
Well, dude's a sociopath, right?
Yeah.
He can't relate to humans.
And he, like, people are drawn to him, oftentimes in, like, a sexual way, for what makes no sense to me with this dude.
I agree.
And that just keeps happening throughout his life, and, like, he gets a little messed up, because there's a few people, especially, like, early in the beginning, that recognize that he's just faking this and how he is.
Oh,
and so
that
the story progresses where he'll meet someone. There's usually sex involved. Shit happens. Usually one of them dies, and he continues living, and he's haunted by ghosts throughout.
He basically murders someone at one point.
Yeah.
Because that's great.
Yeah, and so he's just a really shitty dude. The whole story is just about him being a really shitty dude. He's an addict. He doesn't treat people well. He doesn't really care about much.
That's the thing. He cares about nothing, I think. Ultimately, not even his own life. I don't think he
not really
doesn't care about any of it. Nothing. Sociopath.
Yeah. It just feels so different because every time I read any other Junji Ito book, I finish it. I'm like, I don't know what happened, but it was amazing. I'm used to that level of hype. Every time I read any Junji Ito, I'm like, I don't know what happened. It was perfect. Yon and Mu about his cats, perfect. Uzumaki,
perfect.
Still my favorite of all time. Tomie, like I love those books, and they're so creepy and fun and creepy. And this one was just gross. It wasn't creepy. Like there was no. I think what I like about Ito, not just his artwork, 'cause I love his artwork, but I love him choosing a very weird thing to be the scary thing. That it's like a Lovecraftian deal where it's like, hey, I'm going to choose something off the wall, and that's going to be the enemy of this book. And you're like, how's he going to do it? And then he does it. And you're like, how's he going to do this worse? He continues. And this one, it was just like, oh, this guy just sucks. There's no fun supernatural element here. He just sucks.
Yeah, it's just about a terrible dude. And I kept waiting. I was like, well, and I knew what happened in the adaptation that I read before. So it's like, well, maybe there's a part of the novel that he will adapt that had some sort of redeemable quality toward the end.
Is it the same?
Some things...
Okay.
A lot of things were the same, but there was more to this. This was like longer, and there was more that I guess he adapted. So there's a part toward the end, really, where you think, oh, maybe this guy is actually going to like get some help, and maybe like he's going to be a better person. No. No. One, of course, he's never going to change. But then his family at the end. I won't give everything away. But guys, at the same time, I don't want people to read this. I want to spoil I guess
one thing. It's like, 'cause I brought one thing to Elliot because I just thought it was so weird. There's a lot of sexual scenes, and they're very much like the old Japanese like pornographic paintings is what it feels like. 'Cause it's always creepy dudes with tongues out and like.
Yeah, there's a lot of tongues out.
But at one point, no, I shouldn't spoil it. Shit. There's some jerking it scenes that are hilarious towards the end that made me laugh so much.
I don't even think I remember that. Maybe I blocked those out.
Well, because he saw something that he should have been shocked by or mad, and he wasn't, and they just wicked jerking it in the forest. And I was like, what is this book?
Yeah.
What is this book?
Really nothing redeemable about it, even a little bit. And when he he gets okay, so like he goes from woman to woman to woman to woman to woman throughout the whole thing. And eventually he gets with a woman that, okay, actually, let's talk about that.
Well,
there was a lot of family incest.
Oh, it's always a cousin, or it's like,
and it was like his cousin that he
wicked idealized this one woman because she was like a virgin. I was like, oh, this dude sucks.
There's nothing good about this. I don't understand anyone being like when I went to rate it on Goodreads, 1 whole star, there were just so many 5 stars, and I'm like, guys, why? What am I not getting here? Like, well, I can't comprehend. I really can't.
Think there's better horror like this than this.
Again, I'm just thinking about it. I'm like, what was redeemable in this? And I think the answer is nothing. Like, no part of me was like, I went away from this, I'm going to remember something fondly. I'm going to just remember things. And also remember the time I was reading it and hate that I ever did, right? Also, I spent money on it. I'm mad about that. Like, I'm mad about everything about this book. But yeah, so...
It's a nice thick hardcover, everyone.
That's true. That's nice. The physical form is nice. Well, I took that off, right?
Yeah. Sorry,
when he was younger, he impregnated his cousin, because that's the story, guys. And he's like, I don't want to deal with this kid, because the kid looked like a weird kid that like saw through his facade when he was a child. Yeah. And that was crazy. So he was like, I don't want to be a part of this situation. But then later on in the book, he gets back with his cousin and like the kid, and they're like, we'll try to be a happy family. And that was a whole mess and a half too. There was just a lot of gross stuff with that as well. Just generally, of course, on the surface, that's gross. But then with the kid and walking by the room, remember that part?
Yeah.
I remember too much of it. I'm very mad about it. I'm just like... Guys, if you're going to read Junji Ito, don't pick this up first. Don't pick this up, Steven. You already did. But anything else, all the other stuff, I really loved. All of it.
Read his other stuff. And if you want to read some better horror than this, or like go watch some Shion Sono films or something. There's
tons better.
Go read Kurosawa Corpse Delivery Service. Now that stuff is grotesque, but I would rather you read that over this.
It's a better grotesque.
Yeah, I don't know. I just like it better.
This is hard to talk about, other than me being like, I hated it so much.
Yeah, I won't blame him. I'll just pretend like it didn't happen, and I'll keep the book still.
Yeah, I also plan to keep it, because it's like if I didn't have it, I would be missing one Ito in my collection,
right? And
I don't like that,
right?
Even though it's not as tall as any of the other ones, and it's annoying in that way.
Gio, we'll buy anything coming out.
Oh yeah,
because he's got a book coming out, and I think Urasawa has. A book
I was gonna say, I'm very excited about both.
See, that's the perfect palate cleanser. Just go read Urasawa, everyone.
Yeah, if you're gonna read manga, go read Spy Family. Go read Rose of Versailles. Go read anything else. That's what I think.
Also, the chat is being pretty cute. Elliot, Reed, Steve, Gio, and Tyler all in the chat. This is the Power Rangers reboot we deserve. Elliot does have a blue Power Rangers Power Ranger costume.
That's exciting.
And a regular Billy costume. Because that's his favorite. Hayden, no.
Hayden, don't do it. Don't do it. It's not worth it. There's plenty of other pretty hardcovers. Get this one instead. It's prettier. It's shinier.
Yeah, look at that one. Or get Utena or whatever.
Yeah. So we're going to have to do that, aren't we?
Probably, yeah. Charlie says, okay, I'm back. Sorry, I got distracted by watching some of the best One Piece AMVs in the universe. Ugh. Is it about the ship? I cried about a ship. That's how serious One Piece is.
I hear it.
My 5-year-old daughter and I have been rewatching Mighty Morphin. Still holds up. I think it's still fun. But you know what didn't hold up? Beetleborgs. Did you ever watch Beetleborgs?
I didn't, no.
Oh man, you should watch. So Sci-Fi Wire, I've been watching a lot of their like things you didn't know about insert series here, and they did one on Beetleborgs, because when Saban, once like Power Rangers got hot, they bought all sorts of this stuff. Now with Beetleborgs, they used the action scenes from the one in Japan, but they had to make their own everything else. So these kids go to this mansion filled with monster people, but like stereotypical. So you've got like a Dracula ghost who's like, oh, it sounds like Genie and Elvis. He's very Elvis. You got a mummy and you got a Wolfman, and then they give them the power to be Beetleborgs. It's so good. It should never finish.
Is it 2020 so good still?
I mean, it's cheesy.
Yeah.
But it's fun.
That's fun.
Oh, we can't talk about VR Troopers. That's some good theme song, though. Reed, I'm legitimately worried for Jason David Frank. Without conventions, what is he going to do? I don't know.
He's at every con we've ever been to. Literally every con. We're like, oh yeah, that's Jason David Frank. Okay. just keep walking. He's everywhere. Midwest cons especially, right?
Yeah.
Everywhere.
And we talked about that before, too, because, like, in Kentucky, we have a lot of, like, very Power Rangers focused conventions. So now it's not even a big deal to see any of these guys. Like, oh, there he is. Oh, it's Vulcan Skull again. They're just always here. Like,
and I don't care about Jason David Frank, but we pass him. We're like, oh yeah, there he is. Like, cool.
Beefed up. He's no Billy. Or Kimberly. Beetleborgs is cute, but no, Beetleborg Metallics, no, hated. Elliot says JDF will just kick things. Still waiting on Boom to give me a gritty Street Sharks book. It could happen.
Boom needs to just start rebooting like all the old shows we loved. Because they've done it well with Rugrats, Rocco. I want the rest of the Nicktoons. What are we doing here, Boom?
Yes, all of them, please.
All of them.
Can I get a graphic novel series that's just as told by Ginger? Where's that?
I was just thinking that. And I want a comic version of Caitlin's Way.
Oh my god, yes.
Girl. Where she's just riding horses and living her life.
Can I just say that Caitlin's Way, that show, like if you liked that show, that it's an indicator for some preferences later in life. Can I just say that?
Alex Mack, too.
Yeah.
I feel like the squirrel of Alex Mack.
I think it's just obvious, right?
They were great shows. Great.
I still maintain that Kimberly was a bi queen. I believe it. Reed said, Reed says to Steven, let's collab and make it ourselves. You write, I'll draw. 100% dead serious. I believe it. Yes, can I write The Secret World of Alex Mack? Guys, do it.
Drew B wants me to write that.
It's true. I've been pushing it.
So, Steven. Maybe we can co-write.
An All Real Monsters comic.
Yes. No, and they seriously, the Rugrats and the Rocco have been amazing. I'm sure they could kill it with All Real Monsters. Yes.
That'd be so good. More comics. I love it right in the comics. Hayden says, Boom doing a dark, Fairly Odd Parents reboot is what we need.
That'd be fun. That would be fun too.
Tyler, there is a Rugrats comic. Kristen can tell you about it.
I can. It is a Boom. It's not quite a reboot. It's just a continuation, but in modern times. So, like, during the first issue or something, and Box Brown writes it, or wrote the first issues at least, there's 2 trades, and they're fantastic, and you should buy them. But, you know, like, all the parents are, like, walking around on their cell phones, and they have drones, and the drones, like, come in the yard, and, like, Tommy and Chucky are like, oh, what's that? And then they flash into their, like, kid imagination. It's really great. And really well done. And fun.
I've been glad that they've been doing that. Steven, I want nothing more than anything Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Sounds amazing, yes.
I'm so upset that there hasn't been more. My cat
also, Cow and Chicken.
Can you hear her?
Yes. Yes, I can.
This poor baby. Yes,
Cow and Chicken. Yes.
Man. Ugh. That'd be a fun show, just reviewing comics about, like, cartoon shows because I still want to read the Flintstones one. That one got great reviews.
Yeah. Yeah, we should do that. That'll be really fun.
Because I love the art in Harley Quinn Breaking Glass by him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was great.
I want more. What? What's your offer about what? Oh, Jason, I thought that was my cat. Like, where the fuck?
I did that at first. I was like, is that Buffy? And it wasn't.
Elliot, can you please entertain her?
That's your offer.
Yeah. I can't let her in and close the door because then she'll get mad. Because cats.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah.
You should get one of those, like, cat doors for your door.
I've thought about I think once we get a house, that's what I'll do.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, get the ones like just a little bit open so they can at least come and go.
Mm-hmm.
And that way, if I accidentally close her in a room, she doesn't tear up my carpet.
Yeah.
Always. Man, any new comics you got coming?
Well, I do. They're in the mail. Just like everybody else's comics, right?
Yeah.
There's nothing
I will
new
finally
around.
get 2 of my orders tomorrow. It's been a while, but IST's been busy.
Yeah.
Just for you guys who don't know, the IST, like, they've just been receiving crazy orders these past few months.
They've been having, like, hire new staff. It's been so crazy.
Which I'm so
awesome.
happy for them. I know it can be frustrating if you're waiting that long, but honestly, like, I'm so glad they're doing well. Because we didn't know how this was going to be for them.
Yeah, totally.
With this. But I guess everyone being at home just has more time to spend money on comic books.
Definitely.
Like us. Like Steven especially.
Well, and, you know, you're not traveling. You're not spending that money on gas. You know, it's good.
Mm-hmm.
It's good.
Tyler, that's all of us.
Yeah, I think that's all of us.
Jay, I ordered 7 omnibuses an hour ago. Why is my... No, and that's the thing, too, right? Because, like, that retail therapy, it's not in person. So I make the order. It doesn't immediately fill me with joy. Because it's not here yet.
Mm-hmm.
And then by the time, you know, it's like 2 weeks later, I'm like, oh, I still want to scratch that itch, so I've made another order.
Yeah.
And so it's just constant influx of things.
It's part of the problem.
It's bad.
Yeah.
That's okay. I deal with it by making small Amazon orders every once in a while.
You know, they scare me. I do make them, but they scare me. I'm like, something's going to be damaged. I'm going to be upset about it. Because then I don't want to deal with returning it. You know?
Yeah, I'll never will.
It's not worth it. And because I've done that before, and then they just send me the same damaged book. Not the same book, but, you know, in the paper envelope for, like, a trade paperback. And I'm like, this is going to be damaged. And it was.
My Angel Season 11 library edition came in great condition.
That's good.
The book is still bad.
Yeah, I was going to say,
But
it's okay.
I have
if
it now.
Trashed, because it is trash. But yeah, that's good.
So mad.
I'm mad I'm going to buy it. Like, I'm just upset about it.
I know. It's the curse of being a Buffy fan, because some of it isn't good. But we've already committed this long. So we have to have every best version of the book
That's right.
available.
Which, we could talk about that. For those who don't know, the new Buffy Boom series is getting a deluxe hardcover.
Yeah.
We're very excited. I've been holding out on the trades to get it. I'm stoked. So I think that's next year? Is that right?
Yeah.
Is it late this year? Next year. I don't remember. It'll come someday, and I'll be excited about it.
Yeah, I'm excited. And then, what else Buffy do we have? We have another Buffy library edition coming out, right? Or did I mention
Season 12, yeah.
Yeah. Which one is going to be in that? Because it wasn't only one trade.
Yeah. Like, I don't know.
So how does that work?
I don't know. Do they have I'm going to look up the listing.
I mean, I pre-ordered it, but...
Yeah, I'm going to buy it too, but I don't know what's going to be in it. Let's see. Is it just going to be a tiny library?
I have no idea. Because it's like $30. So...
Okay, they're putting Giles in there too. Girl Blue.
I already have that too.
Well, yeah, me too.
So...
I have both trades, but I'm still buying those.
Same.
I mean, we're not, you know... When it comes to Buffy, we just buy whatever.
Yeah, well, we have to support it just in case.
Yeah.
And then the new Hellmouth stuff came out.
Yeah.
Have you made an order on that yet? I should.
No, because at the end of the month, we are
yeah.
going to have a special deal on that, guys. So we will announce the date soon. Although I believe it's the week of the 28th. So there you go. Starting the 28th, we're going to have an extra percentage off. It's going to be 45% off on the limited edition Hellmouth hardcover. It is a standard hardcover, but we're garbage for Buffy and we're going to buy it. So,
Yeah.
and we already did the limited Angel one, which they're probably never going to release another one.
No, so I
those go
bought.
together.
Yeah, I got the limited Angel one, and then I went ahead and ordered the regular trade too, because I was like, well, it's gonna look weird.
Yeah.
So I should have both.
And then they're probably gonna announce the Angel hardcover then, right?
Probably.
I hope they do, so they can match.
See, it's a lot harder than it was when I was like just buying things to make up for what I missed, because I was collecting later after most of the stuff was out, and now that I'm collecting as it's coming out, it's just this like level of uncertainty because I never know.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, well, I just have to buy it, and then it's like, oh, well, now I have this version. Okay.
Well, and they're doing these random limiteds for like absolutely no reason. And I'm buying into it. So I guess that's the reason, because people like me are buying them. They're like,
Yeah.
oh, some fool will buy this. It's me. I'm the fool. I will buy it.
Exactly. Oh, I had a package delivered. Okay. Sorry, I
Nice.
have my work. This is my work day. I'm not working right now, but I had an email come up. If you both sell your trades, you can combine your money and have a net half of Illyria.
We'll just split it in half.
We're never going to have Illyria.
No. And you know what? I'm okay with it. Watch it be garbage anyway.
Probably.
It's probably trash. We don't need to pay that much for it.
I know I could just read it on Comixology at any point, and I just haven't.
I just don't think I'm going to. It's just not worth it.
So we're coming back on Sunday, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Okay. I know I put the schedule up, but I have forgotten.
Yeah,
And
that's correct.
We're doing She-Hulk on Sunday?
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure I'm right.
If I finish it, it's taken some time for me.
Okay, that's good to know, because I'll make sure I have extra time between that and Ghost of Tsushima this weekend. So that's all I'll do this weekend.
Yeah, good idea.
I'm excited to read it. I hope it's good.
It's interesting.
Okay.
No, I'm enjoying it, but it is a product of the time, right?
Yeah.
So that's something we all have to keep in mind, I think. But I'm still enjoying it.
Okay. Good.
There's just some stuff where it's like, oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
Some of that.
Yeah, because all the She-Hulk stuff I've read is like newer She-Hulk, which a lot of people don't like some of that newer stuff, but I think it's really fun. I've liked what I've read of hers.
I haven't read any. I don't think any of her stuff except her in the Patsy Walker series that Kate left in. Yeah, which I liked.
Man,
I know a lot of people hate that, but I love Kate Leth. So
you would love the newer She-Hulk stuff, and honestly, once cons come back, you can find it for pretty cheap at like
Gem City.
Yeah, Gem City.
Yeah, that's where I'll get it.
Yeah, that's where I get all my female-led Marvel trades, because they never continue and they're never collected any differently. Like Ironheart, I want you to read Ironheart now. By Eve Ewing, not the other one.
Yeah, I've been wanting to.
I
have.
I was really, really happy with it, especially because Nadia showed up, and I was like, Unstoppable Wasp, yay!
That's great. Drew B, do we need a dark and gritty Pete and Pete reboot? I'm into that. Although, what would that be? But hey, I loved Pete and Pete.
I haven't watched Warrior Nun yet. Have you watched Old Guard yet?
No, because I want to read it first, which I haven't read it yet.
I wanted to read it, but is it out of stock or something?
They said not on Hoopla, so that's where I'm going to read it.
Yeah, because I was trying to I was like, well, I'll just pick up the trade or whatever, and the world was like, no, you can't.
When I think the second one came out, so there's two now.
Oh. The movie's very, very good.
I've heard this.
Like, I was really, really happy. I was like, wow, this is what a real good movie is like. This is fun.
That's good. They finally did a great one. I like that.
No, I really want to read, which I expected from Rucka. And I've liked everything he's done. I have not watched this. For a second, I thought you wrote Debs. I was like, yes, I've seen that. Have you seen Debs, Kristen?
No. I don't even know what that is.
Okay.
You're sending me something.
I'm going to just send you the trailer to watch
Okay.
after we're done, because I
Okay.
cannot believe that you haven't seen Debs. It's like a requirement, like, but I'm a cheerleader. There's like two, back in the day, two like
Okay.
required movement.
I mean, I
LGBT
love
movies.
But I'm a Cheerleader, of course.
Same. This is very cheesy and dumb. You'll love it.
Okay.
Send you the link. I think it was by MTV. I don't remember, but that's all I have going on.
Yeah, I'm trying to catch up with the chat. I love Hayden saying Reed should do a SpongeBob apocalypse cross with Old Man Popeye. That would be fun. Those SpongeBob comics are good. If anyone actually likes
yeah?
SpongeBob, yeah, they're really fun. They have a lot of different like artists and writers do little stories in them.
I wonder if I'd love it enough, because I like SpongeBob. I'm not.
Mm.
I'm not.
I have
like,
something.
I have a lot of friends that quote SpongeBob constantly, but I'm not
Yeah.
at that level.
Well, there's this nice treasure chest they came out
see,
with,
That's a nice looking book.
right? And there's it's like a die cut right here.
That's cool.
And it's oversized. It's really cute. You can get this for pretty cheap at like, I think we got this at Half Price Books. It's one of
Yeah.
those overstocks they have.
Okay.
But yeah, it's full of like, it reminds me of how they do the Adventure Time comics. Like
Yeah.
it's like short stories with like different artists
I
and
do
stuff.
like those.
And it's really fun. And they're still going on. Unfortunately, they only made one of these hardcovers, so I don't know if they're going to keep making them. But, look at that. Cute. So if you like SpongeBob, it's a good time. And it came with a reprint of the first issue in the back, which is neat. It's in like a little folder.
Oh, that's really cute.
So,
Um,
good times.
Real quick, Steven jumped back in to say Doug, but it's Brubaker style noir.
Yeah, I can see that. Patty Mayonnaise being his sidekick. Skeeter.
Thank you for the update from outside my door, Elliot.
Is that the
It's
robot
the fancy
one?
one? Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I need to reconnect it to my phone and stuff. I feel like it's not connecting.
But she
My
likes
first world
the
problem.
robot.
Yeah, she does. She
That's
likes
good.
watching it. She hears it go, she's like...
That's cute.
She's like,
Cats
"Dude,
are fun.
Everyone should get one, especially in quarantine.
That's true. Go adopt a cat.
Yeah.
You're gonna love it. Well, if anyone has any questions or anything, we're down to answer
A few
questions.
minutes.
Yeah. If you have a question about this, the answer is don't buy this.
Yeah, just
That's what I say.
Ooh, Jay, of course I did. Kristen, you saw the
Oh.
trailer, right?
Yeah, I was like, what? The PlayStation one? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It makes me want a PlayStation, but I don't have one. And I know I don't need one. So it's...
Well, when it comes out, just come over.
okay. We'll play
We
with
can-
cat
we
with a
can play it
backpack.
together.
I don't know if I realized the cat had a backpack, so I was confused.
Yeah, he's got a little backpack.
That's
So
cute.
That's the game people want and need this time.
Yes, 100%.
That and the new Spider-Man game look really good, and the new Avengers game looks really good.
Yeah, I pre-ordered that. I'm excited.
I'm just ready for new games, which I'll have one today. Ghosts of Tsushima.
Is that your plan for today?
Yeah, once I have
Yeah.
all my afternoon meetings done, because I've got like 4 hours worth. Back to back me sitting in this chair.
Nice. Good luck with that. I will be reading for the OmniDog and OmniCat show tomorrow on Justice
Yeah.
Channel, OmniDog's Vault. Check it out, guys, if you want. I think it's at 4 p.m. Eastern. I always forget. I think that's right. We'll be talking about books and stuff.
I can put it on while I play video games. I appreciate you being on Justice's show, because I feel like the friendship between you two has led him to read some books he probably never would. I was so proud when I was watching his like top 2020 books so far, and I was like, Kristen did this.
Yeah,
Kristen
yeah.
did this.
Yeah,
And
there
you
was. I
mentioned
was
On
like,
a Sunbeam, and I was like,
yeah, I made him read that.
yes.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fun. And he read Snapdragon and loved it. Made him read that.
Yeah,
We're
that's
just
what
making
we're
everybody
doing
read
for
Snapdragon.
Tuesday of Old Reader
Oh
Review.
yeah, nice. It's so
now,
good.
if all you in the chat can just go read Upgrade Soul, listen.
I know.
There's a Humble Bundle
guys.
with it right now. You can just read it.
Yeah, it's a good Humble Bundle too. Check that out.
Wait, Elliot, I'm my lunch break. So. Picked up Ghost and Paper Mario. Don't know how I manage playing games and reading, but I'll try.
I want Paper Mario. I do want that real bad.
Me too. Well, at least you have a Switch, so you can do
Yeah.
that.
Robin wants to play it too.
Drew, manga didn't kill American.
No. Not at
Plus,
all.
I buy way more American comics than I do manga.
I do too, and I buy manga, but I still buy way more American comics.
Yeah, I try to just read it online legally in ways that I can.
Also, good point from Reed. It's true. They're all comics.
How do you feel about Eileen not coming out? I'm devastated every time Shapen tweets some old images of it. That was gonna be the Ivy/Harley story. I wish it did, and it's sad because it won't happen now because he's taking a step back from DC and just doing his own work. But at least we got Harleen.
Yeah, and I get it because you don't have the same creative control at those places. I bet that was. I assume that was part of it.
Yeah, I can only imagine what it's like actually working in there and stuff too. Did you see that Sunstone Volume 1 through 6 got released for free via Twitter? Yeah, so I've been trying to recommend it to a lot of people.
Yeah, that's really cool he's doing that.
Because a lot of it was already free anyways through DeviantArt, but it was difficult to go through. But I hope that gets people into it. I love Sunstone. I would recommend it to anybody.
Is that the full thing, or is there more after that?
So that's at least the full initial part of the main two girls' stories. That's what you're going to find in the deluxes.
Oh, okay, so not the like spin-off things.
No,
just the regular. Yeah.
Yeah, which is what I would recommend for you to read. Just for those two ladies are just really, even though everything else is going on, it's still such like a honest love story. Drew said, but manga doesn't color their pages, and Reed says neither do I. It's true, and neither does Terry.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, guys, that's what we can talk about. Krista and I. So Terry Moore's new book.
Through it.
The pre-orders came out for the 5 years later omnibus, which is a big deal because the 5 years later is like the culmination of the Terryverse, which he kind of dropped to us when we interviewed him forever a million years ago.
Yeah.
That all his books are connected. And I'm pretty sure we all coined the term Terryverse.
You know, I'll say even if we didn't, we did, right?
We did.
Come
You're
on.
welcome.
We did.
So this is the book that really fully brings in all the characters, and so I haven't been reading as it's coming out because I don't.
No one knows that here. Yes.
And yeah, we all were refreshing on the website for like an hour and a half. Me, Kristen, Jess, and Omar trying to get these books.
It was a mess.
It was a mess. I'm so
his
glad
whole
we got
website
it.
broke.
Bless his heart, he was stressed.
There were 600 copies, so everyone was just stressed about getting one. Thankfully, it started working again, and we all got through them.
Yeah,
and it sold out that day.
Yeah,
just crazy. It's good. Good for him.
This was a special one because a different cover. It's signed and it comes with like a print. But there is another hardcover version of it, and there's another softcover version of it. So it's still like widely available, just not this version.
Totally.
And we're big Terry fans, so I still haven't read Echo though. I need to buy Echo.
I've read half of Echo, so we should do that for a show.
Yeah, that's how.
Go back and read it.
That'll make me read it.
That'll make me read it.
And I would like to do a show when that comes out. Maybe we'll just do it with Jess or whoever, and have Terry on just to like.
That would be fun. Yeah.
You know, you guys know I don't like interviews, but just talk about it.
Sure.
The Terryverse.
Definitely.
Yeah, someone messaged me and they were like, "How do you feel that like Shapen that Jess had an interview with Shapen before you did?" And I was like, I've said I don't want to do interviews anymore. I know people miss them.
Yeah. Do they?
They're stressful.
Do they miss them?
I've heard from some people.
Oh, okay. No one told me.
It stressed me out.
I mean, me too. We're exactly the same in this, which is why they haven't happened.
If we want to have people come on and like talk about their favorite books, I'd rather it be like us hanging out.
I'm for that. Yeah.
You know, like
I don't want to have to like do a whole Access Hollywood thing on them. Like I just
and it's always the same questions, and then eventually we get to a point where I'm like, what is it like to be insert description of yourself in comics? Like, I know they hate it. Just come on, let's talk about comics.
Yeah, I think we feel the same way. Like I don't like watching those interviews where it's all the same questions and stuff, and I'm bored. Like I don't as a viewer I don't like that, so I certainly don't love doing it.
Yeah. But I would like to have people on just to talk.
Yeah. We like that.
It's just a matter of asking someone to do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, totally.
I want to have T. Frank on here. Because I've just been living.
We have to. I just want to sit here and listen to her. That's it. I just want her to go off for like a whole hour. Tell me how you feel about everything. This. And like 4 hours later, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
There's tell you everything.
Yeah. Tilly Walden question in the chat.
I want to grab Tilly Walden's 3 books, but not sure if the hardcover or softcover is better. They're both great.
Yes, and that's my answer too. They're 100% both great. Let's see, I have one
the
here.
soft covers, and I love them.
And I have the hardcovers, and I love them. Yeah. But they're both great, because I've also felt the soft covers. I mean, first, second just puts out quality of both. Mm-hmm. So I don't think you need this unless you really want this. Soft covers are great too if you want to save some money. They're both good.
You might want to keep the format similar amongst the 3 if you care how it looks on your bookshelf.
If you care about that, yeah.
If you don't, you're good either way. I kind of like the soft covers.
They're nice. Personally. They're nice.
The hardcover eye looks weird in the hardcovers, but the binding seemed tight on the soft cover. I haven't had any problems.
I haven't either. I mean, there's not really an eye on these, or this one I'm holding at least. But it opens just fine. I mean, it's fine. It works well. They both work well.
Okay, a couple more questions, and then I've got to get some actual work done. Never any Terryverse, where would you start? That's a big question. It depends on what you like. Rachel Rising's my favorite.
And I would also say Motor Girl. Motor Girl's good because you're going to spend less money on it. Mm-hmm. And it's way short. So if you enjoy it, you can get the beast of Rachel Rising, is what I would say. Although this is fantastic. And I mean, look at the dark pages.
Very fast. Like these are big really books.
Yeah.
But you're gonna just move through them.
Yeah. And we love both of them.
Yeah. I love Strangers in Paradise a lot. It's a very slow burn and it's long. But if you go into it knowing that you're gonna kind of take some time with it, you're fine. Because it's a long running series. Mm-hmm. So that's my recommendation. Hayden said, imagine if you got Gail Simone on the show, Maddie would probably faint or not stop crying. And Gio said that we should do it because she has a YouTube channel. I would love to have her on to talk just books, and because she's shy too, I think she would probably feel more comfortable if it wasn't an interview thing.
Yeah, like I love that idea because that's the kind of stuff I want to watch. Yeah. I just want people to talk about books with me. That's it. Yeah. And I want to interview them and have a discussion.
Yeah, because there's some women working on, or some women and non-binary people working on some of the new X-Men stuff that I'd love to have on. Because I watched a Twitch stream where they were all just hanging out for like an hour and talking about stuff. And I immediately was like, I love them.
That's fun.
I need to read their books. I think it was like Tinny Howard and a couple others.
Yeah.
And one of those people that was involved mentioned my favorite RPG on Twitter. So
you're best friends now?
Yeah.
You have to be.
Well, yeah, immediately I was creeping. I was like, you mentioned this thing? I can't have Babs Tarr on because I'm so intimidated by her. So that's the one exception. Because every time I see her, I talk about how beautiful she is. And then I loudly say I'm gay. And then I walk away. So I can't have her on here.
There's some people that I
So
wouldn't
beautiful.
want to talk to either. I get it.
Yeah.
Because I like them so much. I'm like, I can't do this.
Right. I barely handled Terry. You know?
Yeah.
Ugh. And other people just seem so refined. Like, I see G. Willow Wilson, I'm like, I don't know. She just seems so put together. I know she would probably disagree with me, but I'm like, oh, man, you just seem like you've really got it going.
Yeah. I can see
A lot
that.
of big creators I don't want to talk to.
Yeah.
They're fine. Keep them away. But, like, I think it's, I don't know. I'm biased. I would like
It's
to talk
intimidating
to women.
too. Yeah. Yeah, it's like, we're fine.
Yeah. Although I'd love to talk to Tinian and be like, I heard you're bisexual. Wow.
That's what you have to talk about now for 1 hour with us.
Thanks. Because there's two of them, Drewby. That's why it took so long. I love Vicky. All right, I gotta go back to work.
Okay. I gotta read.
It's a great show. We'll see you on Sunday at our usual time.
Yep. Go to instocktrades.com
Yep.
for all your book needs. That's probably where we're gonna go and buy some box set later, maybe.
Yeah.
We're very tempted. I know we both are. It may happen. But thanks
Right.
for joining us for an early show.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Yeah. Have a
Happy
good night.
Friday.